Graduated so weak, now I'm feeling.
The Manta is Roblox Jailbreak's newest vehicle, which can be obtained in only one way: safes. So, you know what that means.
Let's go gambling! Let's go gambling! Let's go gambling!
This car took me... Wait, there's no way it was... 63 safes?! I lost around 2.3 million while gambling for this, so I had no idea it was that much money. Thank God duplicate rewards exist, or I'd be broke right now. Before we talk about the car itself, I have some gripes about how it's earned. For starters, safes aren't even available in certain countries. Any of you watching in the UK, for example, know exactly what I'm talking about, which means that you can't get your hands on this car at all. Now, before you light your pitchforks and get ready to go hunting for a CMO or bad CC, keep in mind that this isn't really either of their faults. Countries' laws against gambling, even virtually, are the main reason for this removal. Still, it sucks that there's not a good middle ground without removing safes for everyone entirely. The other issue I have is, well, safes. Yeah, I like gambling as much as the next guy, but it does kinda suck to spend 2.3 million on a car that I might have gotten within $1 million. Regardless, I'm glad there's a pity system involved, which alleviates my complaints a little. I don't hate safes, but I wish I could spend a little less money, even if I can well afford it. With that out of the way, let's talk about this behemoth behind me. The Manta is... Yeah, you saw all that already. This thing is kind of insane. It's the first vehicle we've gotten in a while that's comparable to the Roadster, and the best way I can describe it in one sentence is the aperture, but a little less. Its best trait is easily its acceleration, reaching 70 miles per hour in a second and hitting its top speed of 231, which isn't too bad in and of itself, in under 15 seconds. Trust me, these stats are palpable when you're driving this car in-game. You can feel how fast the car gets up to its higher speeds, and it won't be that uncommon to near its top speed consistently when you're driving it either. That's really good. Its greatness doesn't stop there though. It has solid handling, even better braking, being able to come to a full stop in about 1 second from top speed, and it has surprisingly amazing off-roading. It can even climb up the casino with little trouble. Its reverse speed is also pretty good. Now, for appearance. I wasn't sure about how this vehicle looked at first, but I think it's definitely growing on me. It's meant to be a sort of rocket car hybrid, and it's designed very well. The overall sleekness of the vehicle, the capsule cockpit-esque hatch that opens upward, the engine intake pieces, the carbon fiber, the taillight trailing, there's a lot to like. That being said, there's also a few things that detract from the car for me personally. The main thing I don't really like is the way the headlights and rear lights were designed. Both are a bit too small for my taste. I'm also not a huge fan of the fin in the back. I wish there was a little more to complement it. Overall though, I have little to complain about. This car's appearance is really well done. Lastly, this car does have a custom engine sound. Take a listen. Now, personally, I think this is a cool sound, but the hissing can get a little obnoxious at times. I gotta say, this car surpassed my expectations by a lot, especially when we compare it to the previous 100k safe car, the Shell Classic. In terms of stats, this car outperforms the Shell in almost every way. It has much better acceleration and a higher top and reverse speed by about 50 miles per hour. It's a massive upgrade, especially with the pity system involved, pretty much guaranteeing this car after a certain amount of spending. Even so, I think I prefer the Shell's looks over this car's. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for modernized futuristic hypercars and their designs, but something about the Shell Classic's model is just really fun. That is, however, entirely my preference and not one I'm willing to die over either. All in all, the Manta is an exceptionally good vehicle for the potential price you can get it for. It's an incredibly cool car with the stats to match it. My only issue with it is the gambling associated with it. Thank you for... Wait a second. Is that when it... Oh god, thank you for watching! Ah!